Hello and welcome, it is your friendly Nero Blues back with another video where we review the Neros Blues. So if you enjoy, make sure you guys help me out by liking and subscribing. Now, less talking, more gaming.
Well, what the hell?
The shape of this mouse looks very like a Razer mouse, and this Razer mouse is from 2013, so I wouldn't be surprised if you guys don't know it. This Razer mouse is indeed the Razer Lance-head. Now, this mouse is very old, so again, if you guys don't know it, it's the image on the screen right now. So it makes me wonder, like, because the shape is the same, the side texture is also the same as well, and I guess like Nero's kind of copied the Lance-head, maybe. Now, the texture of this mouse is very, I guess, glossy, will be the way you usually describe it, as it can compare to the glorious model, like the glossy models, and it kind of feels like electrical tape. So it feels very smooth, and there's not really any texture on this mouse. One thing I noticed after plugging in the mouse is the fact that there is actually no RGB, and I should have thought about that because the title is called the Neros Blue, not the Neros RGB. However, there's a RGB version if you want it. Yeah, but this is the blue version, so it's not RGB. The thing that I noticed in the mouse is the fact that when I try to lift the mouse, it's actually pretty heavy. I don't know the specific weighing of the mouse, however, it feels like it's more than, I think it's more than 80 grams at least, so yeah. Let's start off with the sensor of this mouse. The sensor of this mouse is indeed optical. If you want a specific sensor, I can't give you that because it only says optical. The DPI of the sensor can go up to 3200 or just 3200 DPI, and there are on the DPI button there are 4 different DPI modes, starting from 1200 to 1600 to 2400, and then lastly 3200. And apparently the polling rate is 1000 Hz. However, when I tried it, it was only like 150 Hz, but I guess you'll just have to buy and check for yourself. The mouse specifications. So the color of this mouse is black. Like, okay bro, are you blind? Use your eyes. And then the mouse type is an ergonomic shaped, and the funny thing is that if the 2 side buttons wasn't there, this design would be a symmetrical shape, because if you look at it, it is a symmetrical, as the Lance-head is also it's the same as the Lance-head, and the Lance-head is like symmetrical. if you don't like count the 2 side buttons. So yeah, it's kind of funny. There are 7 programmable buttons on there, or at least I think it's programmable. I'm not actually that sure. And the cable length is actually pretty long. It's 1.8 meters. However, the cable isn't like braided. Instead, it is a rubber tubed. It is like tubed. It's like a thick rubber tubed wire. And apparently, the switch cycle is 20 million clicks, so it should last you a pretty long time. The dimension of this mouse is 127 by 71 by 41 millimeters, so it's not in inches or anything. The backlight is blue color, and there is 4 lighting effects. Oh, actually, yeah, 4 lighting effects, which you can change by pressing the lighting button on the mouse. So the 4 lighting effects are static, pulse, wave, and blink, and of course, there is just the one that's like no color at all. So let's start off with the cons for this mouse. So the funny thing is, it actually took me 15 minutes to write all the cons down because this mouse has so many flaws that I think isn't like good. So the first flaw is the fact. So okay, let's start off with the shape and how that's a flaw. So first thing, this shape is an ergonomic shape, like I said, and it would be good. However, it kind of just like in my opinion, it doesn't fit my hand because, and when I mean doesn't fit, I don't mean like it's too big or too small. I just mean that I normally put my fourth and pinky finger on the right side of the mouse. However, on this mouse, the side is very, I guess, short, so I have a hard time like playing the game because my pinky is always like scraping the desk. So that's just one problem with the shape. But like the mouse side, like the thumb side, like the left side of the mouse is fine. It has a like slight concaveness, so that's fine. So yeah, that's basically the problem with the shape of the mouse. Another bad thing about this mouse is the texture of the mouse. Like I said, the texture is very glossy, therefore sweaty hands will leave like fingerprints and it will just be very messy. And also, since it's glossy, there is really no texture to the mouse, so it's very easy to like slip off when you're like gaming, and like your fingers just like slip off, or like you just like it's just like I don't like this like texture of it very much. The side texture actually is fine though. The side texture actually has texture unlike the top part, so the side texture is fine. It's just the main body of the mouse that is like the texture isn't very good. The next problem with this mouse is the switches. Now, I forgot to mention this in the stats area, but these switches are mechanical. And that is a good thing. Mechanical switches are good because like Glorious Mice and all have like mechanical switches. However, the thing about this switch, the Neros Blues switch, is that the switches are so firm. Like, and also the travel and debounce time of this mouse is actually so high. Combined with how firm the switches are, it just makes it so hard to get high CPS on it. And even when I'm butterfly clicking, I can only get up to 11 CPS on this mouse, when normally I can get up to 15 to 20 on a good mouse. And so it just shows that like sometimes like mechanical switches just like maybe aren't the best. I mean like yeah, so Another thing bad about this mouse is the mouse feet. This mouse has it has mouse feet, however the mouse feet are so bad. It is probably one of the lowest quality mouse feet I have ever seen. It is so bad that if you put it on any surface, it will scratch it. My friend also had a Neros Blues, and then he thought it was a good mouse because like back then he was just like a noob gamer. So he was like, oh, gaming mouse. So he bought it for 50 bucks. And when he tried it out, he noticed that it instantly put white marks in his mouse pad. And I was like, okay. So I didn't do it on my mouse pad. I did it on the table, and you can hear the friction going like a helicopter. So the last thing that I found bad about this mouse is the lighting, and again, so like I said before, the lighting has 4 modes. However, if you switch it to like a different mode that's like breathing, like pulse or the wave, then the lighting just gets so laggy, and like I guess you can say it fluctuates. So it's just very bad. Again, it is like a mechanical thing, so it's part of the hardware, not software. So in general, the Neros Blues just has super bad hardware, and just no software. And the funny thing is that this is the only mouse in the TTE Sports brand that has no software. If you go on the website and look at every single other mouse, there is the software for them all, except the Neros Blues. There's even one for the Neros RGB, so yeah, very weird. One con about this mouse is the fact that the right click is very bad. For some reason, sometimes I just stop right clicking, or the right click just stops. It like just does not press down. And if you look at my gameplay, you can see that sometimes when I try to place block, it just doesn't allow me because my clicks aren't registering. And I guess it's not even like the clicks aren't registering, it's the fact that the clicks don't even click. It just like makes it look like there's no switch inside at all. Again, this is like a hardware thing. So yeah, hardware just and no software. So this mouse is just yeah. Now, this mouse isn't all bad. There has some pros in it, however, it might have took me 15 minutes to write down all the cons. It took me 15 minutes just to think of a pro. However, one indeed pro of this mouse is the lighting. And I know I just said that the lighting was laggy, however, the lighting is actually very bright because compared to my Wish.com mouse that I use, there's like no RGB at all. Compared to this mouse had great, has great lighting in it. So I guess that's one thing you can say it's good about it. Another thing good about this mouse is the side textures, and I've mentioned it before because it looks like a lens head, and it copied the lens head. The side textures have like stripes, have like lines, I guess, and these lines like face towards like the direction face towards like forwards. So when you grip it, it has a very nice feel on your thumb and your fourth and fifth finger. So I guess that's like a good thing about it because it's just very, I guess, it goes with the flow and it's very like smooth, I guess. Another thing I like about this mouse is the fact that it can double click. And double clicking is very important for me in Minecraft because yeah, it just like makes me butterfly click faster and it just like makes your CPS go up very high. However, the butterfly click is like no, sorry, the double clicking is very, I guess, inconsistent, and yeah, it's just you have to like place your fingers like upwards, like a lot forward to get the double click to work. However, still you can double click, so that's a good thing. That's probably all that's good about this mouse. So I know it's not a lot, but you can see it is, I guess, not as good as it may look. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And let's continue to watch my gameplay with no audio. Yeah.
Now what the hell?
So in conclusion, I think that this mouse isn't good for Minecraft, nor for any other games. Because, well, there's just too much flaws with this mouse, and like the clicks combined with like the switches, the texture, like all these little things make up the big things in the end. And because like again, the switches, like it's just this match is just not good for any competitive games because most competitive games require higher CPS, so and good and like good aiming and tracking. So and if your mouse doesn't have that, then there's no way you could win any of those. So for $50, I really don't think it's worth it. You might as well just go with buying like a Glorious or like any other mice, like a Razor or like a Razor Viper, Death Adder, or yeah, like it's just no, don't buy this mouse, please. Yeah, so that's basically it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you guys help me out by liking and subscribing. Thank you.